Hi everyone, this is Jacqueline from She Rises Studios, and welcome to Light the Torch ceremony, where we honor the vibrant, sacred, and deeply personal stories found in the seasons of her heart. Women around the world share stories of tradition, love, and light. This beautiful anthology is a celebration of womanhood across cultures and generations, where the universal themes of tradition, love, resilience, and connections are brought to life by extraordinary authors. As we journey through stories that span from candlelit Diwali nights to tables set for Christmas, from ancestral dances to city skyline prayers, we are reminded of how women nurture the soul of every season with courage, grace, and unwavering love. So help me welcome a few of the women behind the seasons of her heart. Hello, ladies. How are you doing
Hello.
today?
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, awesome. Well, I'm so excited to talk to you about this wonderful book. First of all, congratulations. It is finally out. Seasons of Her Heart is now available for everybody to share. Now, I know some of you might have already been part of a few of our anthologies, but for those who doesn't know you yet, why don't we go around, introduce yourself, let us know who you are and what inspired you to join this anthology. What the Seasons of Her Heart personally mean to you? Who'd like to start this?
I'll start. Hi, everyone. It is so wonderful to see the faces and to meet everyone today. For me, the anthology stood out not only because we're writing it, but to look at different traditions that people have and to share our memories and our thoughts and, what we rejoice in. I gained such strength in that. I loved it. And that's why I wanted to share and just, dive in, dig deep, and show how we all contribute in our own unique way to the overall society. I just love that.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Stephanie. Who'd like to go next?
Oh, I can go. I'm Clodagh John, and I'm a coach and an author of Limitless Love and this beautiful anthology. And I was really drawn to this because, as we've just said, it's such a beautiful mixture of different stories from different traditions. Some are celebrations, some are stories of resilience and strength, and it really just brings together the woman's heart, as is in the title. So, yeah, I thought it was a really, really beautiful collection of stories, and I was personally inspired by actually the sort of change of cultures. One year when I'd been in Scotland, and then I went straight travelling to Sri Lanka, and I just thought there was such um, power in different celebrations and how love and light at the heart of both of them and all of them. So that's really why I was inspired to take part in this beautiful collection of stories.
Mhm.
Awesome. Thank you, Clodagh. Susan, do you want to go next?
Sure, I'll be happy to go next. I'm Susan Tatum. I am founder and CEO of Bright Path for Autism. And this anthology really tugged at my heart. I was a single mom for a number of years, over 20 years. And just thinking back on the traditions that carried on from my childhood, the new traditions that we made, it was just a really good look at kind of walking down memory lane. But also, I love that it's international, and I love to get peek into other cultures, and I just find that fascinating. This was a really, really great anthology to participate in.
That's true. I couldn't agree more. Tracy, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. I'm Tracy Smith, and my passion is energy, love, and light. And the reason that this so appealed and resonated was, as earlier stated, just sharing the traditionals across our incredible globe. And for our family, it was a conversation throughout the entire season, throughout the
Mhm.
entire year, of the connections, the community, and the love that each country had, each religion had, each individual or family, and to share that in the traditions, it was a passion. So our conversations were our traditions throughout the year and throughout the seasons. Thank you.
That's wonderful. Megan, would you like to share?
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Megan Dirks. I'm the founder of The Girl on the Left, where we highlight women's before and after stories across our platforms. What drew me to participate in this specific anthology is that I'm a holiday girl through and through. For all of them throughout the calendar year, I think a lot of us grow up and we lose our inner child, and it's really important to keep that kind of spark and fun and connected with those around us, whatever chapter we are at in our lives. So that was really important to me. And also having a space to share that traditions are something that evolve, that we can adopt, that we can take the parts we grew up with and also add in parts that feel more aligned now as we grow and pass totally new ones down to those that come after us too.
That's wonderful. I love that. Thank you, Megan. What about Testy?
Hi, my name is Dusty Simmers, and I am the Beautiful Outlaw. And this book just inspired me so much. It popped up randomly on Facebook, and I was like, this sounds amazing, because for me, holidays helps me go from a really dark place to a great place, because strangers helped me through some of my darkest times. And I think just sharing the good and the growth throughout the globe inspires people during this time of year. And so I'm so honored to be with amazing women around the world in such a powerful season. So thank you so much for this.
Thank you, Dusty. Hannah, let's get to Hannah.
Hi everyone, it's so lovely to be here with you today. My name's Hannah and I'm a holistic healer. And this anthology just really called out to me because I love Christmas. I think it's a really fun time of year. And to get the opportunity to be able to share my traditions and what really lights me up just was an opportunity I couldn't miss.
That's great. Thank you, Hannah. Yes, Sonia.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sonia Rodriguez, and I am a psychotherapist and women's life transition coach. And I just felt drawn to this anthology just because I love the holidays. I think it's so important to do some reflecting at the end of each year as we're spending time with our family and friends and what we want the new year to look like. And so I really think it's so important to be able to share information about what we want for the coming year and reflecting on what we learned before the holiday season ends. And I also think it's important to share traditions, family traditions, and how we celebrate life. Thank you.
That's true. I love that. And lastly, but not least, Debbie.
Hi, I'm so thankful to be here. And yeah, I just wanted to be a part of this because to me, Christmas time can be joyful, but it also can be painful for others. And I believe that our words can be our lifeline. And by sharing my heart and hope and traditions, I want women to feel seen, comforted, and reminded that they're not alone. So even if one person feels lifted or encouraged or restored because of our stories, then I think being a part of this anthology is just a gift that I'm honored to give. So thank you.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you as well, because from all of these stories, different tradition, different celebrations, we indeed get to encourage everybody, and it doesn't matter what the celebration is. I believe just sharing that to everybody else, there's somebody that you can connect with, someone that you can relate to. Oh, speaking of traditions, what is one tradition from your childhood that you hope future generations will continue? Who would like to share?
Oh, yeah, I'll go.
Yes.
One thing that I always looked forward to as a child, and I mentioned this in my chapter, is I'm from Pennsylvania, so hunting and fishing was big up there. So my brothers and my dad would all go out hunting, and my mom and I would stay home and bake Christmas cookies together and listen to Christmas music and sing. It was just a really special time that I look forward to every year. Even when I was real little, she let me help do that. And So I hope things like that, where families come together and do things together that are set apart and special, continue.
That's true. That's true. I think Tracy, you wanted to share?
Yes, and the holidays and the tradition is the conversations worth having, and having conversations within your family of value versus conversations of tear down. So our conversations were built on sharing wisdom, learning from one another, inspiring one another, and then how we could become better individuals, but how we could become closer and better as a family
Yes.
together.
That's true. That's true. And I believe somebody else would like to share one more tradition.
I'd love to hop in if no one else will.
Yes. Yes,
Um,
please, Megan.
I know for me, like I'm a very laid back person outside of work, and I really love simple things, literally as simple as just taking a hot chocolate and walking through the parks around our local area is, especially if I'm in my hometown, I travel a lot. So sometimes we have holidays in other areas, but no matter where we are, there's always something that the local city bothers to do and kind of glitz and glam it up. And it just makes for a really picturesque kind of walk through nature in the evening with all the pretty lights. And I think those things that don't have the highest price tag on them to do are some of the most meaningful to do with people you love, for sure.
I agree. I agree 100%. Now, this anthology is not just, it's not just celebrations, it's not just traditions. Primarily, it highlights the special season that you can relate to, that's special for you. Can anybody share, what that particular season is that's most deeply rooted, that has given you light, hope, and encouragement in the, hardest times?
I'll share with this one. So
Yes.
for me, 8 years ago, I didn't know I was pregnant, and I had a little baby boy in the shower, and it was right before Thanksgiving, and it was at the lowest, darkest time of my life. I was done with life, and so it was the biggest blessing in my life. And I made friends in the NICU, and a hospital came together, and volunteers, strangers, people I did not know, because I was clear across the country for my family. And so these complete strangers just gave back. They did the sweetest things. People hand knitted beanies. And what I didn't know was that a year later, those beanies that these strangers hand knitted, or the little gift bags that, like I said, volunteers, complete strangers donated to the hospitals to give out to us parents, would be my lifeline, would be the thing that allowed me to help my son, and get to hold my youngest son who passed away the following year. But to be in that and to feel strangers' love has fueled what I do for my life. So every year now, I celebrate, I give back, I get to, my oldest son and I do things to give back to the community, to give back to the hospitals. And for me, it's just a season of strength, a season of change. So from Thanksgiving to Valentine's Day, for me personally, for our family, is all about giving back. And that's when the most miracles happen, the biggest miracles happen. And so for me, it's just a time of strength and, community, and giving back to complete strangers. And it's so powerful because you don't know what one little tiny act of kindness can really do for somebody's life.
Yes. 100%. I love that story. Anybody else?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'd like
Yes,
to share.
Debbie.
Yeah, so one of the traditions that we now have, since my kids are a little bit older and since they were younger, we always do the angel tree because kids don't need things. And so we've made it a point every Christmas that everyone chooses from the angel tree and we give. And that's been a tradition now for the last 15 years, and I treasure it.
I love that. That's wonderful.
I think for me, it's just that opportunity to spend the time with the people that you love, whether that's your own family or your chosen family, and that everybody just seems to have a smile on their face, and is willing to do that little bit extra and pull together. And even though the nights are really long and it's really dark, you've got all the Christmas lights and everything, it just seems to put a smile on people's faces. And that's what I love.
And it's it's a wonderful, and what actually makes this particular book very special is that you carry, all of your stories carry that sense of happiness, that you can find hope in the darkest of times through these different seasons. And every story that you share, every season that you share, it carries a story of resilience. What part of your resilience shines brightest in your chapter?
For me, it's definitely just the fact that there was so much heartbreak and I wanted to quit and I just wanted to be done. And these strangers came through and I found grit. I found gratitude. I think that's the number one thing right there, is actually the gratitude. Fueled my resilience. It fueled it. And then this hope of these little babies that needed their mom. And now I just get to keep going. And that's the hardest days. The days that I have that are the hardest. I remember sitting in a NICU 2 years apart, or a year apart from each other, right? 2 separate years. And just remembering, if I can make it through that, I can make it through this struggle today. And I hope to inspire other women and just other people in general across the world that your darkest times are actually the reminder that you can make it through anything. And I think that's so powerful. We forget that. We don't give enough credit to what we achieve in the darkest times, the getting out of bed, the brushing our teeth one day. We don't give enough credit to that. So if we can make it through those littlest, hardest moments in those darker times, it's actually fuel to make it through some of the bigger, more joyful things in our life that we're like, I don't know if I can do this, but you can, because you got out of bed that day. You found joy in the darkest of times. And I think when we allow that to illuminate our world, that's where the power comes from. And that's where true resilience is from.
I love that. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to read your chapters, ladies. Now, as a closing, to close this conversation, I'll go around the room. I'll call your name. In one word, what do you hope your readers will feel when they turn the final page of your chapter of your story? Let's start with Susan.
Nostalgia.
Nostalgia. Thank you, Susan. Tracy?
Unconditional love and connection.
I love that. Hoda?
I was actually going to say connection as well, because I didn't want to say love. So I'll say those two.
Awesome. Next, where am I? Say my name now. Tracy. Oh, I'm sorry. I already called Tracy. Yes, Megan.
I'd say choice.
Choice. Thank you. Stephanie.
To keep moving forward, just inspired, to stay inspired.
That's wonderful. I love that. I love that phrase. Dusty.
Hope.
Hannah.
I think that there's always light in the dark.
That's true. Debbie Lynn.
Encouragement.
Oh, I love that. And Sonia.
Renewal.
That's wonderful. Well, these are all very inspiring stories. I'm sure a lot of people will enjoy your chapters. Thank you so much. Thank you for your sharing your heartfelt stories. I know at some point it's a little difficult sharing your own stories, but you ladies found the courage to share it to everyone, to the entire world. Seasons of Her Heart is indeed a celebration of womanhood, resilience, and the beautiful threads that connect us across cultures and generations. Everyone, this powerful anthology is now available on Amazon. Please grab a copy. This is a perfect gift to give out this holiday season to someone you love. Let these timeless stories inspire you and your loved ones to honor your own seasons of life, love, and light. Thanks again, everyone. Thanks, ladies. Congratulations. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lovely to see you.
Happy holidays,
Nice meeting
everybody.
everyone.
Happy
Happy
holidays.
holidays.
Love and light to you all.